If I were to advise a new consultant on how to sell ICHRA, I would recommend they do their homework. There's a lot to know. It is a whole kind of different concept when you're comparing it to a traditional group benefit plan. So do your homework, know what the pitfalls are, know what the difference is, or at least partner with somebody that's well versed in how ICHRA works, all the potholes associated with it, so the employee population is not kind of taken aback by how different it is than kind of a traditional group medical plan.
It takes a lot of education. You need to really learn a much different program than a traditional group program.
Education comes to mind in employee meetings. Obviously, navigating the state marketplaces is always interesting, but expect to really get involved with the individual employees and empower them to be more proactive about their health and well-being.
Something that a broker who's never worked with an ICHRA before should expect when they put this in is it's different. Okay, this is not your traditional group health plan. You're putting in more of a financing solution, and they need to make sure that they've asked a lot of questions up front, and they want to make sure that the employer is going to be engaged in the process. This isn't a give me an ID and password and everything takes care of itself.
I think if you're not talking about ICHRA with your clients, and that might be from an educational standpoint or a sales approach, someone else will be, right? So I think there's part of it is being aware, bringing it to your client, talking to them about from a cost basis. The CFO is definitely going to be interested in this strategy, but really from an HR perspective, they need to rethink the way that they support their employees, because a lot of that involvement will change when you go to the individual market. Take Command has really great resources to help employees through that process though, and that's really been my experience with working with Take Command, is that whether that's on the auto pay side or enrollment issues, there is a team to support you through that process. So as a first-time consultant, don't be nervous about kind of getting into the ICHRA space. You have a lot of folks around you to support you.
I would say if you were a new consultant, the advice I would give you is make sure you go in eyes wide open for not just you, but for the employer as well. It's a big shift for the employer. It's a big shift for you. It's a different type of sale. It's a different type of product that you're putting in place for your client, and they really need to understand the ins and outs of how that product's going to work. There's a huge impact on finance, there's a huge impact for HR, and then of course there's a huge impact on the employees as well. And you really need to understand how all three of those work together to create a good solution.
Yeah, so I would say the first thing is to expect a lot of questions, like being prepared. So for any new consultant that has not had the ICHRA conversation in the past, I would recommend teaming up with your local sales rep at Take Command to bring them to your first and second meetings, just to see all of the unique questions that will be asked. You will always be learning by doing that, and I think that will also give you a leg up that you have an expert from the carrier joining you in that meeting.
It is not the silver bullet. It comes with pain, it comes with change management, and it's not the easy button. You really have to understand what your client is buying, the nuance behind the product in order for it to be successful.